Today we're going to talk about work in progress, and also we're going to talk about planning your time to fulfill all the matters of your hobby. Let's gonna do it. Hey, Wargamers, how are you? Max from Malaga Wargames with another of, Get It Painting Challenge update, Nick's New Year's painting, or just my currency of work in progress for this week. Today we're going to talk about my stuff that I'm going to show you in a video in a moment, and also we're going to talk about planning your time for the hobby. This is a shout out for Freak from Frost and Fist, and well, maybe for any of the YouTubers that has the same scenario like me, getting an let's say improve of your job, or just coming back to your job and seeing that family trying to get more healthy. Richard, you are doing an awesome job. Please check a tattoo for you as well if you didn't, because this guy, even he's doing his awesome work on his vlog on Facebook every day, showing that if you want, you can do it. So cheers, man, and keep going. Okay, just focusing on planning your time. It happens to me the same problem. I wanted to keep updating my job, let's say my hobby, which is the channel, which is chatting with you and chatting with my Spanish community that we are increasing more and more. But I have the problem of the time. I got some kind of let's say I'm coming back from a long holiday, 6 months sick, with my feet totally fucked up, so I couldn't work. And now, let's say till the end of the month, I'm the ones with less hours in the company, at least on my base, which means I'm working every day that I'm not off. So I'm arriving destroyed home. This means less time for me to paint, less time for me to develop videos and things like that. Nick, really, I don't know how you make it to get every single day a video upload. I know for sure most of the scenario has to be at least 4 weeks in advance, and I'm gonna try to work out this way. But right now it's complicated for me. I can maybe have a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks before a few videos prepared. But as I'm doing as well videos with the updates for the weekly sales from Games Workshop, things like that, those videos I can't, unfortunately I can't do it with time enough. So well, that's my way, that's my problem, that's my shit, I always say. Sorry for the wrong language, but today it's gonna be some kind of filming, but on live. So whatever I do, whatever I say, it's gonna be straight away on the video, no editing, no nothing. So keeping some time. Sorry for as well for the quality of the camera. I'm using my laptop, and actually it's updated to Windows 10, and the drivers are wrong, so I'm just watching myself, my face just upside down. That's the only thing I'm gonna do for editing, just turning myself properly, okay, so you don't see me on the wrong position, but that's all. Talking about planning your time. I think you have to be, let's say, consistent. You have to plan your time. As I'm back working, I make like a list of things that I want to get down in a period of time, and other things that maybe I can do in 1 day, and I multiply for 5 days. I'm gonna explain you. Now in the video, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do for my work in progress this week, and hopefully next week I will show you the end result and what I have as a backup. Why I'm gonna show you like this? Because this is not my single project. I have to work on different videos. I'm gonna have to skip my time, divide it for many other things. Plus I wanna do my daily training, I wanna do my family business, family matters, be a better person, why not? So let's gonna go with the video and chatting out later on about planning stuff and how to deal it. And what do you think about that?
Here we are with my last work in progress from the previous weeks. You saw the pictures on Instagram for sure if you are following me there, or Facebook. This is my force fin for my Khorne DaemonKin Army. It's finished base as well, and I have to say that I'm fully let's see if it's focused, fully grateful on finally managed to use the Games Workshop gold paints that I bought. I unfortunately they were not properly mixed by me before, so I took a piece of stick and I shake it properly, and finally I got the highlights on gold, giving this effect. Let's go for the next one. So this is my force fin. This is my conversion of Mauler fin, defiler, that I work on the battle damage, as you see. I will try to remember and put some pictures, the ones that I have on Instagram, if I can find them. Alright, so you can appreciate the properly details. I add some blood for the blood god, that's why it's shiny. I think I'm gonna have to give a matte varnish and then do again the blood for the blood god, because I add some art code from Games Workshop to put some transfers here, but at the end the transfers didn't go the way I was expecting, like I did on the other tanks and rhinos I got. So I just remove it. So I think it's too shiny for me. I'm gonna add some well, just final details, what can I say. Okay, I'm still working on the sword. I tried to do it by brush, but it was a mess. So I took the last remain from a green on my airbrush. I sprayed, and I have to work it out properly with the airbrush, because with the brush it wasn't so successful as I wanted. I really like the mask. If you ask for it, it's the one from the defiler. I just cut it and stamp it on the head from a normal demon prince. All right, just one of the heads with the horns, and it looks like this because I have like 2 or 3 with the same face, so I just want him to be different. I just need to finish the base and work a little bit more on the black armor, which I'm gonna do it probably this week, because I'm planning to finish Brother Mythos Space Wolf, which is on black armor, and I did a first try, but I need to make it a little bit shiny. Let's see, the gray wasn't too much for contrast for the black, so I'm gonna repeat it. On this squad of my flesh hounds, I had them painted before. I just make the base properly, match with the rest of the army, and add the flock. So these ones I didn't do much, to be honest. And the other ones I have them without base, so I make a properly one. This is the cheapest way I found to use flesh hounds, because I don't like the ones from Finecast from Games Workshop. I think 45 euros for 5 is a useless price. I love these ones from the Age of Sigmar starter box set, but I only have 2, of course. And on these ones, I was a little bit short of sand, you know. So I decided to make this effect about, well, they are flesh hounds of Khorne, so should be, you know, blood around. And actually they usually go on separate units, and this is the way for me to find the properly miniatures quickly. There is 5 of them without blood and 7 of them with blood, so for me it's easier to know if I move them together, you know, like 2 different squads, just to know where, or for my opponent to know which unit he's shooting and which unit is removing the dead. So it's fine. The other unit, well, I have it on 5, but I don't know, 2 squads of 5 or 1 squad of 10. So well, I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Okay, so this is my actual end of work in progress. Well, I have to finish a little bit of the DaemonKin, but that's all. I'm gonna show you my plans for this week, and we will talk about the other topic of this video, which is planning. So my first step for this week is finish my Heldrake. I have this Heldrake painted before. It's really, well, let's say I painted you know, like in rush with the paints is too shiny, too red. I just wash it on with null oil gloss, just to get the properly shadows on the gold. And now I'm gonna start all the highlights. If for example on this scenario it's too red, too bright for me, I will do some sponge, just some battle damage, and as well I'm gonna work on some transfers if I can fit it there. Okay, so my idea for this week is getting this painted Heldrake, alright, and get it, because for me this is like tabletop, okay, just properly painted, maybe some highlights and some transfers from colors, but on this one of course I did wrong, because I mean I painted this long time ago. I think the last thing I painted was the clothes, and they are not properly awesome ones, to be honest. So let's say for me this is like yeah, it's good for the pictures, it's good for the camera on long term or long range, sorry, but I want to get it like this one, you know, properly shiny. Sorry, but I have the sun just in front of my window, which is so nice because I have light, but the camera is not getting properly the colors. I think should be better like that. Okay, so this is my work in progress for this week, or my goal for this week: finish the base and finish the Heldrake. If time permits, and that's why we're talking about this later. If time permits, I'm gonna start working on my next project, which is my first option of HQ for my Khorne DaemonKin, which is Herald on Juggernaut. The only thing I did on the Herald was spray some green on the, well, actually I fully painted on green. Now I need the light. I fully painted on green, okay, and then I airbrush red over it. So you have these different properly natural colors, and then I make a small wash, really mixed with water 50-50 of null oil, just to get on the recess, and I'm gonna start working on that. I know that if you are painting with airbrush, the worst thing, or unless you know how to do it, is wash the whole miniature, okay? But on the way I wanted to end this project, it's worth it for me. On these ones I just sprayed the Khorne red, and then a normal wash with null oil. So I'm gonna start, if I finish the other one, of course you can see the difference, you know, you see properly the different tones of red that you can get if you make a pre-base on different tones of green, and then taking one red color over it, you will have this pop-up realistic blood red color. All right, so if you want to know, or you want to see properly how to do it, I suggest you to watch the videos from Next Level Painting, that he's teaching on different miniatures this technique, because it's really awesome, and it saves you a lot of time, to be honest. But well, this is my standby part if I manage to finish the Heldrake on time. Okay guys, so this is the well, my work in progress for this week, and let's go with the rest of the talk.
Okay, so now let's gonna go with the second part of this video, this purpose video. Well, you can see I didn't advance too much from the last week. Actually, I wanted to start working yesterday, but I just arrived, I put the cereal, and I fall asleep over the chair. So no point, no clue. Alright, so this is the plan, or the let's say dogma, I'm gonna use the weeks that I'm working. On my days off I can do something else, alright? But of course, if for example you go to play a game, you're gonna spend the day, maybe the morning, the afternoon, the whole day. So that's one day less for your hobby, for the scenario about advancing with your work in progress, alright? So, and that's not wasting time. I mean, I love to play, I love to throw dices, but if I arrive home and I see my cabinet the same like last week, maybe I'm a little bit disappointed with myself. Okay, so the way to make this, it's quite easy. You first of all, alright, point number one of your tip, you need to test your work. You need to know exactly how much time you need to fulfill something. For example, if I'm gonna put the example of Freak, alright? You wanted to paint 5 Space Marines. How much time you need to prepare to get your airbrush and everything properly done to start painting? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour because you have it installed. Okay, if you can't have it ready, have it prepared for you just to sit down and start painting, just find a way, or already know how much time you need to get it ready. So if you know you have 1 hour, then you know that you're gonna need 10 minutes to set up, 20 minutes to put everything in properly places, clean up and everything. You know, you can just paint for half an hour. Okay, so you need to know how much things, or how many things you can do in that half an hour. In my scenario, for example, if I arrive home maybe 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, if I'm awake, maybe I can paint till 4 o'clock in the morning. Now it's more complicated because at 7 I have to wake up to take my son to the school. So if I'm arriving home, maybe it's just half an hour. What I'm gonna be, probably it's gonna be some dry brushing, some things like that, or some making some bases, and going to sleep just to get some energy for next day. But I know that I have that time, so I will have everything ready just to arrive, take a drink, sit down, do my stuff, 5 minutes to get everything properly stowed again, for safe of my family and my son to pick it up later on, alright, and move on to the next one. So, first topic, test the time that you need for your work. Second, organize, which is implement on the first one. Find the ways to organize yourself on this scenario. It's more important. Just do it. If you know you can just paint once every 3 days, just do it once every 3 days. It's better if you paint every day, but we are humans and we are really busy persons. I'm not this is not my mainly job. I'm not an artist, I'm not a painter, I'm not living for my work. I'm living thanks to my other work, my other job, sorry. So yeah, you have to do it, man. It's easier. Third point, get it done. You need to get the routine, the same that you have to wake up every morning or every afternoon after work and do your exercise at least half an hour to get yourself more healthy, as you need to try to eat less carbohydrates and things like that. From, I mean, every diet, every properly job, everything needs a routine, so you need to get it done, get this routine. And the last important thing, because if you start thinking and making a nice development about this, you need a backup plan. What's a backup plan? As we say, my main plan for this week is highlighting this lovely Heldrake, highlighting this lovely Heldrake, which means detailing a sponge. I can do it in, let's say, okay, watching a series and maybe going to the toilet or whatever, if somebody calls, 20 minutes. 20 minutes I will fulfill the sponge. Highlighting those sponge could be another 10 more minutes, okay? Then I will highlight the gold, okay? 1 hour, going farther, alright? So, on a normal day, on 3 hours, 4 hours, you know, this should be done. And then the base, maybe 1 hour more. just because I need to wait for the paint to dry, because it's gonna be on night, and I can't use the hair dryer because my son is in the next room and my wife is in the other room. Okay, so no heavily noises. But I'm not gonna have 4 hours on the night. Maybe I'm gonna have half an hour, maybe I'm gonna have 1 hour tops. Alright, so I just need to organize what I wanna go with this. I'm gonna give you myself 7 days. Okay, I'm gonna post in you the video if I'm able to on next Wednesday, and this should be done. But I have my days off now, so probably it's gonna be off. It's gonna be done on my first day off. I have 2 more. Maybe I'm doing some videos and I'm doing some stuff, so I cannot paint this. Maybe not. Maybe I can paint this or paint the next one. So I have my backup plan. My backup plan should be something that has to be easy. For example, in the meanwhile that this is drying, I'm gonna start dry brushing my juggernauts. Dry brushing is easy one. I don't need to wait for the paint to dry, because I'm just gonna be dry brushing, then sponging, things like that. What I'm gonna do is working on both scenarios at the same time. If I have time, if it's my day off, for example, and I use the hair dryer and I can do the hair dryer in 2 hours and a half, something like that, I'm gonna have my backup plan to keep going, just to advance some job. You have to look for a backup plan, things that are easy, things that you can do in the meanwhile, and things that you can do if you get tired of your primary, or for any reason, I don't know, your airbrush is broken, or you are missing paints and it's well, you are living far away, so you cannot be taking new paints still a couple of days, things like that. So easy things, for example, basing, painting bases, priming, assemble miniatures, just making your job, your future job, advance. Alright, so guys, I think that's my tips. Please, I would like to know your ideas. Add some comments, why not? So let's gonna back up again. Test your work, organize your time, get it done, and get a backup plan. I'm Max from Malaga Wargames. I hope you like it, this stuff. Please give a shout out to Frost and Fist, Wolf Brother Mythos, and Freak. Nice job, get doing, buddies. Richard from Tattoo for You. A pleasure as usual watching your videos and watching your vlog in Facebook. If you don't know these 3 guys, just check their 2 channels. Nick from IDIC Beer, I think he doesn't need any presentation, to be honest, because he's just in everybody comments videos, so he's like God everywhere, you know. I don't know how you organize. One of these days I'm gonna find your trick and I'm gonna copy it for you. And yeah, why not? The rest of the, I think, 250 channels that I'm following, every day I will try to give a shout out to different channels, why not, if I can do it. And I'm gonna try to apply this for my English version audios as well, so trying to keep at least a couple of videos on English for you. Just a shout out as well to Wargaming Vikings. Dude, you wanted a YouTube community in English scenario coming back, here we are. That's all guys, thanks for watching and see you on the next video. Happy Wargaming. Feel free to check the channel for more content, battle reports and painting tutorials. Please subscribe, comment and like it. You are making us to grow up, and we really thank you for your time. Once again, happy Wargaming.